Yo, what's going on, guys? So today, it's another serious video. It's another talk video about the Bengals. I'm going to discuss a couple things today, and especially on why other teams are not going to have Joe Burrow. I mean, it just doesn't seem.
Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started.
I'm gonna say this.
From Cincinnati. And that one gonna hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
Okay.
And CD, of course,
a couple.
Joe Burrow out
Just for context, a couple of weeks ago, I think, a couple days ago, or sometime, I think it was on Sunday, I believe, I explained my thoughts on this year's football season with the Bengals. In that video, I discussed what exactly we got to do with Taylor. Okay? But now I got to explain why other teams are not going to get Joe Burrow. So, for background, Joe Burrow is one of the highest paid QBs in the NFL. We all know that. So basically, other teams, people think other teams are willing to. People think other teams are really going to trade. Their round picks.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play.
And
they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key
think other teams are willing to give up 3 draft picks in order to acquire Joe Burrow, and they're not going to do it, dude, because it's not worth it. Or how, as much as I love Joe Burrow, as how injury-prone Joe Burrow is, no team is going to want him, because no team wants that risk, okay? Not only that, no team can afford a high-paid QB, bro. That guy is high-paid.
That's good. The completion
okay.
7 yards.
High paid.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy.
He's one of the highest paid QBs in the NFL, my guy.
The completion sets up a manageable second down.
From the shotgun, Richardson connecting over the middle with Downs. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
That's not even one of those reasons why no teams are going to win. Your teams are going to win it because of the injury. Dude, you think just because a team has a good O-line means that they can protect Joe Burrow? Come on, use your brain, guys. Use your brain, somebody. Because if you would use your brain, you would understand. You would understand that. You would understand that no team can afford a high-paid QB like Joe Burrow. Why is Joe Burrow highly paid? It's because he has real talent. Not Andy Dalton, which is a dollar store brand QB. There's a major difference, you know. Any team, any team have Andy Dalton because we don't need him anymore. That's why we traded him in 2020 for Joe Burrow.
Burrow looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down.
Before I even go any further in this video, I don't like to subscribe. Go ahead and do so. Alright, now back to the video. When I'm discussing in this video is what most people miss with all the trade rumors with Joe Burrow and all that stuff. Now, another reason why Joe Burrow will never leave the Bengals. Joe Burrow has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Those are his 2 favorite receivers, and they're his best buds. You think Joe Burrow is going to request a trade and leave his long time friend Jamar Chase behind. Nah. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And my friend Nazir, and he's an Eagles fan, and he even agreed with me on what I have to say, because it's logical, and it's just that he likes the Bengals as a second team. But the thing is though,
second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
People miss.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense.
People miss
after giving up
the facts that, like, people miss that Joe Burrow is so utterly talented.
Because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan.
And you have to, and most of the time, for any, not just Joe Burrow, but for any player, you have to play a little. You have to pay higher than their market value, because there's a bunch of competition in the NFL, and you have to pay higher than their market value, so it could be appealing to make the player want to sign on your team. And I don't even know Joe Burrow's salary right off the top of my head, so I'm gonna go find my phone. And I'm going to Google Joe Burrow's salary real quick. In Indianapolis scored a touchdown.
82 yards. The Colts have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
$55 million a year. Okay? And just to put it into perspective.
Gay is on for the point after.
Okay? A salary cap in the NFL is about $295 million.
And it was capped off by
it's a base salary cap.
From Alec Pierce.
Okay. It's $279.2 million. And Joe Burrow's salary is $55 million. You see, that's a big chunk, okay? That's a big chunk out of your salary. And Jamar Chase's, I don't know Jamar Chase's either, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Joe Burrow in this video. Because Joe Burrow is not leaving the Bengals team. If you still believe Joe Burrow will be traded, you need to get your head in the game and lock in. Because Joe Burrow is not leaving the Bengals. He's staying with the Bengals. He's staying where he has Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Mike Gesicki. He loves them three very much. He's not. He's not going to leave.
Intense here on second down following the sack. It's second. And this play still live. He faked the spike. Going to throw it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, that's just a fact. That's just a fact. You cannot expect Joe Burrow to switch teams. But I don't know Joe Burrow's market value. But what I can tell you is this. Research it on your own. Research what I'm talking about on your own. Don't take my word for it. Because you'll find out. You'll find out that I am telling the truth.
Surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. It'll go down as a
you understand, though,
that's going to bring up
that
down.
let's just say, okay, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay? Let's just say there's an NFL player, and his name is Joe Sanders. Okay. Now Joe Sanders' market value is about $100 million. Okay. Actually, I don't like that. I don't like that salary. Okay, let's just say Bob Sanders' market value is about $10 million. Okay, $10 million. That's his market value. Okay. If a team offers him $10 million at market value, and another team offers him another
it's good, and it is now 21-7.
$20 million. That's $10 million above market value. What's Bob Sanders or Sanders going to take? Is he going to take the market value, or is he going to take the $20 million? Me and Sanders would probably agree, if he was a real person, that he would take the $20 million. It's common sense. You have to pay higher than market value to sound appealing, because there's a bunch of not all Junior. Gosh, he got injured. No, anyway, back to the video. So that's just the truth. You have to sound appealing to the market value, and no team can afford to pay $80+ million. Okay. Every NFL player has a market value, and that's the thing. That's the thing.
Can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish
and that's the thing, though,
to keep
because
on certain plays.
you have to.
Defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
You can't. You can't. You just can't.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want.
You have to think logically about this argument, okay? If you genuinely still think, if you genuinely think Joe Burrow is going to request a trade, you're kind of wrong. Okay, we got Trey Hendrickson back in 2021, right? He's the last player that we had in the defense that we went to the Super Bowl with. Trey Hendrickson is the last. Trey Hendrickson is the last player from the Super Bowl. Like I said, Trey Hendrickson is the last player of the defense that we had in the Super Bowl. Okay? You think we're gonna trade? You think the Bengals are gonna trade Trey Hendrickson? Not. Okay. The Bengals might not draft as good as other NFL teams, but they're trying to improve the team. Okay? And if we the Fire Zach Taylor, let's go for it. But they're not gonna trade Joe Burrow. Because our GM at the Bengals is trying to improve our team. Okay? The Bengals are much better than the record suggests. We're not a 3-10 team. The record may be that, but the Bengals are a much better team than the record suggests. And a lot of teams are like that, not just the Bengals, but I think a lot of other teams are better than their record suggests.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him second and just a few inches left. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
That's the thing, though. You have to look at this from a logical perspective, because you cannot say, oh, Joe Burrow is going to request a trade, and then just start rattling off names of teams just because you think they're appealing. Okay.
As they go to work on a first and
it's
goal.
not gonna happen.
Here we go.
I've heard from these teams, and even they
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
they don't think that they just can afford them. I've heard from Vikings fans that they can't even afford him. So, I mean, I don't see why.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Brown once more, but he will lose yardage here as they knock
Why?
it back to the 3. Nothing doing there as the
Why is he not catching the ball? Sorry, I'm getting a little. Dude, you saw him drop it in the end zone? The heck?
4th and goal from the 3. And it's caught.
Let's go! Okay, Chase Brown, you redeemed yourself. But anyways,
3 yards out.
But anyways, though,
Decision to go for it pays off with
Joe
6
Burrow
points.
is not going to be traded. I could be 100% sure on that.
They forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver,
guys,
work your
I'm
way
done.
inside.
If there's anything I missed in the video, just go ahead and say it in the comments.
That's exactly what happened.
But I think I explained I think I explained the well-rounded situation, explained it in a well-rounded way. I explained every view of it. You know, Joe Burrow is injury-prone, and Joe Burrow is, like I said, he's injury-prone, and, you know, he's very highly paid. So, he's kind of overpaid. I mean, he's not as overpaid as, you know, people think. He is still overpaid.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good.
But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button, guys, turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I post. Good luck, guys. Merry Christmas. Christmas is coming up. Tomorrow's the first day of winter, so
Great analogy, Brandon, because
peace.
back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been